Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Boks Unpacked. We are here in New Zealand, in Christchurch, the home of Justin Marshall, the legend himself, South Africa's favorite New Zealander. I've got a couple of questions. It's going to be a short little chat here with Marshy. Marshy, thank you very much for joining us again, man. 6 weeks next year in South Africa. But first, good luck to your liver.
Yeah, mate, good luck to my liver, all right? I'll tell you what, it's hard enough when I do 2 weeks, let alone 6 weeks. What I will do is avoid people like you, Shim. When I see you striding down the street, I'll run a mile.
No, Jean de Villiers has got one night in him in 6 weeks, so he'll be okay.
Yeah, and obviously the John Smith factor slice.
Yeah,
I'll be avoiding him.
That's a problem. Mm-hmm. Look, just a quick one. I've got a couple of questions here. Graham Henry described bronze medal World Cup matches. He said it's open mouth kissing your grandma, and no one wants to do it. What was your experience?
What?
That's the question. Apparently, bronze medal World Cup matches. Graham Henry described them like open kissing your grandma, and no one wants to do it. What was your experience? I think he's referring to.
I know what he's referring to. The fact that I've played in 2 bronze.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I lost 2 semi-finals at Rugby World Cups. Yeah, you introduced me as South Africa's favourite New Zealander, and now you hit me with in the guts with that question. Yeah, look, it is difficult to get yourself up for those games, mate. Shim, honestly.
Sorry for the question.
No, that's fine. Look, I just at the end of the day, they are a difficult game. You've been knocked out of the Rugby World Cup, but there's still something perceivably to play for. I can't even tell you what it feels like to have to run out there and try and perform, but I guess you're putting the jersey on.
Yeah.
So every time you put the jersey on, it's another test, it's another opportunity to challenge and pitch yourself against the world's best. So you just get on with the job, but tough, mate.
1999. You walked across a pub, I think, and you saw Flecky or the Springbok team.
Yeah.
In the pub.
Yes.
That was before one of the Bronze Cup games.
It was, yeah. So we were, in 99, we were knocked out, obviously, and then we had to play South Africa for that bronze medal. And, it's a hard week, man. So what you're looking to do is just basically do anything that's going to distract you from the game.
Yeah.
Because, you know that there's also a final going on that week
that
everyone's talking about. And I'm wandering around with a couple of my All Black teammates, and we go past this pub. Yeah. And I see Robbie Fleck and a few of the boys in the pub having a few beers, and we're about to play them 2 days later.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, wave. Oh, wave. Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Cool. Oh, go in, shake hand. Oh, sit down for a beer. Okay. Next minute, we're having a session, having a few beers, having a good time. A couple of days out before going to batter each other in a bronze medal game at the World Cup.
Marsha, you made your debut, I think, as at 95. And then for the next 7 years, you played with Jonah.
Yeah.
Well, what was Jonah like off the? I mean, we know what he was like on the field. Off the field, what sort of personality was he?
Well, Jonah, because he had this immense personality of being able to, I guess, be so recognisable, which was unusual, for a rugby player. Particularly when you go into places, say for example, like Europe and England and that. Like rugby, football is big over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but he was recognised everywhere. So rugby's first
superstar.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Kind of celebrity.
Yeah.
Like I remember one time we were in a discotheque.
Yeah.
in Paris one night. Anyway, and these guys came up to us at our table. It was a group of us All Blacks sitting there.
Yeah.
And they came up to the table and they dressed in suits like us.
Yeah.
They looked like looked like men in black.
Yeah.
They were bouncers. They all had their earpieces in for communication and all that. Anyway. We thought they were going to kick us out of the pub for being too loud, but they said, "Oh, excuse me, sorry guys, don't mean to interrupt you, but just wondering, Jonah, if you could come over and have a photo with the lady we're looking after, Miss Mariah Carey."
You joking?
Yeah.
You kidding me? Yeah. That's incredible.
Merched it up.
I've never heard that.
I'm Jonah. But anyway, and so I remember thinking at the time, I wouldn't mind a photo, but I also was thinking. How would she even recognise him? And,
how would Mariah Carey know?
Yeah, because of at that stage it was YouTube, social media was really, and it was just showing clips of Jonah, obviously. So he was a global superstar.
Yeah,
and he reached areas that rugby players generally wouldn't reach. So that's what it was like being around him.
You went to the UK. Your first taste was Leeds. Going back, would you do that again?
Well, when I actually ended up in Montpellier,
It must have been a lot of money.
on the Mediterranean,
Yeah.
and I was going there for lunches after doing a morning session at training, sitting back on my sun lounger.
Yeah.
The answer to that would be no. I wouldn't go back to Leeds because the Mediterranean, Montpellier, was a completely different scene than Leeds. I always said it at the time, Shim, and I didn't do it in an arrogant way, that I'd been very lucky with the All Blacks and with the Crusaders to achieve a lot of success.
Yeah.
And Leeds were a team looking to get to, be a top premiership side. They'd worked really hard to get promoted into the first division, into the premiership, from the second, third divisions. They'd worked really hard. So for me, that was a challenge. It was like, you know what? I like that idea of going there and not going to a club that's got success like Leicester or Bath or whoever it offers from as well.
Yeah.
Because they were already winning trophies. So my mindset was, I've done that before with the Crusaders and lucky with the All Blacks, whatever. But for Leeds to go help them be a successful team was something I wanted to do. Anyway, we ended up finishing last and got relegated again. So that didn't work, and I went to the Ospreys.
And the Frenchies in Montpellier?
Oh, the Frenchies in Montpellier, mate.
Different.
Very different, yeah. I remember this, mate, distinctly, our first away game.
Yeah.
We went away, and we played Stade Francais away, and because this was a team, again, that had been promoted in Montpellier, they weren't the superstar team they are now. They were making progress. We had a lot of young players.
Yeah.
Francois Twanduc,
Yeah.
Quadrago, those guys. Louis
Good players, yeah.
Louis Picamol.
Yeah.
They became great French players, but at that stage, they were young. They weren't even on the radar, really. Anyway, we go and have the pre-match meal on the game day.
Yeah.
They play at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And so I go down there. Man, there's 3 bottles of rosé
Yeah.
on the table. 3 bottles of rosé. So
Before the match?
Before the match.
What was the final score?
So, we got pumped by 60 points. But I remember looking at it thinking, geez, I've never done this before, but I will. I'll have a little glass. I will have a little
You were never going to say no. Marsha, okay, you played All Blacks, Crusaders, Leeds, Montpellier, Saracens, and Ospreys. Any initiations? Which ones would you say were the most brutal?
Easily the Ospreys, Wales.
Yeah?
Yeah. So basically, when you get there, I lived in a place called the Mumbles, just out of Swansea. So Swansea's the main town, and then you go out and there's a coastline, and the Mumbles, Three Cliffs Bay, Langland Beach. There's some real famous beaches around there. They're incredible beaches, mate. Like, they did a number on me, to be fair, when they signed me. I went down there. It was a beautiful day. It was like 25 degrees. I was like,
And then when you went back, it was dark at 3 o'clock.
it rained for 3 years.
Yeah.
But the beaches are like you see in Spain.
Yeah.
But the Mumbles, there's a thing called the Mumbles Mile.
Yeah.
And I think it's...
Is it a pub crawl?
It's a pub crawl.
Oh, jeebus.
But there's so many pubs, and you got to have a pint at each one.
Yeah.
And by the time you get to the last one, you're on your hands and knees. But,
Oh, you thought you were in New Zealand, probably.
yeah, exactly.
Tell me, and going back to Crusaders, last one, Dan Carter, Andrew Mertens. Tactically, technically, what was the difference?
I still feel that Andrew Mertens, for me, was the most... the calmest 10 that I've ever come across, unflustered, Like he made, when you don't have time, he made time.
Yeah.
And in rugby, that's near on impossible to do. Because defenders come at you, things happen, you get stuff thrown at you, and you've got to react. He just didn't ever seem flustered, Mertz, He had just this essence of time. Okay, I'm just going to pivot and kick, whatever. I might run here, I might pass. There's a space. He could see things that were happening in front of him like they were in slow motion.
Yeah.
And then he would just...
6 sense, time on the ball.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
And then you have a skill set like Dan Carter, I think him learning how to play 10 by playing 12 outside Andrew Mertens turned him into the 10 that he eventually became. But he was just... He had an ability to shake defenders that not many people kind of recognise.
Yeah.
Because he's not real big, DC.
But powerful.
But powerful, And it's like Cully, Christian Cully.
Yeah.
You see him beating defenders, you're like...
We
He's
saw
only about
footage
88 kgs.
Yeah.
But he's just shrugging blokes off that should be annihilating him. And Dan Carter was like that. That's how he could beat a defender. Just little hip swirl and away he went.
Yeah. Moshi, thank you very much. We can go on all day. Thanks to the guys, the good, the bad, and the rugby New Zealand. We're in the studios here on the Boks Unpacked. Moshi, thank you very much. We'll see you in South Africa, my
Pleasure,
butt. Good to be here, and that is it from New Zealand. Shimmy on tour. Cheers. There we